Throughout this video, you'll hear me discussing some of the techniques filmmakers use to tell a story, portray real emotion effect, and influence the audience, using the main cinematic elements, mise-en-scène, and cinematography. The film I'll be discussing in this video essay will be Adam McKay's biographical American drama film, The Big Short, 2015, inspired by true events, also based on a book by Michael Lewis. Screenplay is co-written by Charles Randolph, Michael Lewis, and Adam McKay. Barry Ackroyd as the cinematographer. An insane story about a group of American investors whose aim was to bet against the United States mortgage markets from 2006 to 2007. In their journey, they were able to discover how corrupt and flawed the market was. They knew it was on the edge of global impact and that would affect the average person in the US. The story focuses on four main characters and how they all end up betting against the mortgage markets too, split in different perspectives but having the same issue apply. But the story is heavily dominated by Michael Berry, who I'll be analysing in this video. I'll be breaking down a 30-second scene discussing four main areas: camera, set and costume, location and sound. Through the use of cinematography shot sizes, it's become clear which character is leading the dominance in the scene. The scene starts off with Lawrence and his partner storming into Michael's office savagely. All of a sudden there is a slight shot reverse shot displaying both characters' facial expressions.
Here to tell me that? Why? Anyone can see that there's a real estate bubble.
We begin to see a shift in dominance. An extreme wide shot has been used on Lawrence's presence, displaying his sense of importance and authority, almost taking over all of his office space.
What makes it a bubble?
That's dumb, Lawrence.
In contrast, Michael is displayed in a very close-up shot displaying his reaction. The difference in space between both shots displays a claustrophobic feeling that Michael seems to be going through, as Lawrence invades his space. This reflects on the narrative where Michael is often shown to be isolated and have his own very different beliefs as he predicted the fraudulent activities within the US mortgage market. Another cinematic technique has been used to emphasize the importance of the message Lawrence is trying to convey. As the scene settles and Lawrence takes a seat, shortly after that we hear him make a big statement. When he stops talking, there is a clear lens zoom tightening up on Lawrence as he stares dead into Michael's eyes. This displays a sense of importance and urgency of the situation they're currently in. It also shows that there is a lot of things in stake. In this case, money. The zoom also shows the act of wanting something to be resolved quickly, hence the speed of the zoom. Barry Ackroyd, the cinematographer, smartly pulled off this maneuver to ensure it creates even more tension in the scene. This type of shot is often used in real-life documentaries, designed to create a dramatic effect, emphasizing or exaggerating a situation. This reminds the audience that the situation is real and keeps them locked into focus too.
Hi, Lawrence. We have no confidence in your ability to identify macroeconomic trends.
You flew here to tell me that? Why? Anyone can see that there's a real estate bubble.
Actually, no one can see a bubble. That's what makes it a bubble.
That's dumb, Lawrence. It's always markers. Mortgage fraud.
It becomes evident through the shot reverse shot that we notice a difference between the colours of each frame. As the scene starts, it establishes four characters: the co-worker in the background, Lawrence and his partner, and Michael. Everyone except Michael has been lit perfectly, almost flawlessly, in a perfect white daylight tone, in contrast to Michael, who appears in a very grainy blue, very high contrasting in colours. Bear in mind, they're all in the same office space. The blue on Michael's face demonstrates the feeling he's going through, connotating a sickening feel. It begins to reflect on the situation that Michael has discovered, how corrupt and flawed the market was. The cold feeling shows that he isn't receiving much support through his journey of research.
Actually, no one can see a bubble. That's what makes
When it comes to talking about costume design, it becomes clear that some of the characters have significant roles in what the scene portrays and means to the situation they're going through. As Lawrence makes his way to the office, we see a bit of the office and some of the co-workers. It's clear that there is a real sense of business and class, hence the uniforms that they're wearing. As we begin to see Michael's character, we notice he's in a blue t-shirt. This begins to show his lack of care about work, almost lack of hope. This makes sense and is quite true, as Michael understands the real works behind the fraudulent activities within the US mortgage schemes, and it becomes clear that he's questioned everything and has made Michael decrease the level of respect he shows. In contrast to Lawrence, who is in a suit, is still very formal and corporate, displaying lack of risk to do anything and focus strictly on money. We established that Lawrence is walking into Michael's office, a very spacious space with a lot of room for a workspace. This shows Michael's authority amongst his other employees all in one room, showing a sense of privacy for Michael's ideas. This tells the audience that Michael has some sort of authority too, hence why Lawrence storms to him worried.
Tell me that why? Anyone can
This also appreciates Michael's intellectuality as it creates a sense of independence. The curtains in the office are also wide open. This displays the sense of trust that Michael has built in his team, and creates comfortability in the scene, even though the scene is highly uncomfortable for both characters.
flew here to
Throughout this 30-second, there is a real homely vibe from Michael's office. This is due to some of the props that have been put in the scene. The numerous water bottles on the table, the hand sanitizer, the glass cup, mobile phone and keys. All these items have been placed deliberately to convey a very comfortable feeling. This could mean that Michael hasn't left the office for a few days at least. The t-shirt he's wearing expresses that further. This reveals Michael's full commitment to his research. Lawrence clearly seems uncomfortable in the environment he's in, and it justifies his points even more to why he doesn't think Michael is doing the right thing.
mortgage fraud.
Going back to Lawrence's entrance, we begin to hear the use of heavy music being played in the background in Michael's office.
Hi, Lawrence.
We have no
As we get closer, it's on full blast, a very odd genre of music to play loud in an office. The sound fades in and out at a point to a co-worker saying, "Oh shit." The use of that fade builds a lot of anticipation and suspense in the scene, and it becomes clear that something is about to go down. Back to the office, Lawrence delivers his message while rock music is playing out loud in the background.
economic trends.
You flew here to tell me that?
Lawrence's partner aggressively helps himself to turn off the music, heavily invading his space. Michael calmly not reacting to the situation, almost reserving his energy to put at good use.
That why? Anyone can see that there's a real estate bubble.
Tone plays a big part in this scene. The way both characters carry themselves has created a deeper meaning in conveying different personalities and strategies.
No confidence in your ability to identify macroeconomic trends.
The tone is incredibly aggressive and loud from Lawrence, showing him as a very unprofessional and emotionally unintelligent, exploiting all his energy and expressing his complete frustration. In contrast to him, we have Michael,
Lawrence. It's always markers. Mortgage fraud.
who is overly calm and speaks in a very low tone. This does not mean he's weak. It actually displays how wise he is and emotionally intelligent to be able to control his emotion and not allow anything get to him. There is a sense of satisfaction when listening to Michael speak. It makes the audience believe what he's saying, as he is shown to have such calm manners.